right. So for everyone who's watching, this is my dear client and friend, Chris. He's in the UK right now, so am I. He's traveling a lot, so I appreciate that he found the time to actually do this interview with me. We're going to be just exploring, our little PT sessions we have. And so the mic over to you, Chris. How are you doing?
Thanks, Mark. I'm good.
Good,
Just
great.
in from the pouring down rain. Life in London.
Yeah, true, right? So, first question: before we met, what were you struggling with?
I was struggling with having gone to the gym all throughout my life, but really just playing around on the machines and not knowing what I was doing and reaching a point, having passed the age of 40, that my metabolism started to change and I needed to get a bit more serious about my workout routine.
Right. So how did we actually meet?
I found you online because you have the biggest media profile of any PT near my office, to be honest.
Now, before actually contacting me, was there some sort of hesitation you had, or was there something going on in your head before actually reaching out to me?
I was nervous about working with the personal trainer, to be honest. I'm not sure why, but I was sort of intimidated that my fitness level wasn't up to snuff, and that maybe I wasn't the target demographic.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point you're making. I mean, this is sort of anxiety people might have, actually being not fit enough to go to the gym, right? So that's quite
Yeah.
interesting that you actually mentioned that. um, Now, what would you say to someone who hasn't actually met me in person, but who wants to do online personal training?
You're much nicer than your media profile may lead one to believe. Yeah, I was intimidated by your online presence, but you're a lovely guy. But more importantly, Mark, you strike that balance between being friendly but also being tough, and appropriately assertive in our workout sessions, which is what I really appreciate.
Great. Now, what kind of solutions have I given you so far?
You've you have helped moderate a lot of things. I think back, it wasn't that long ago, but when we first met, there were lots of things I couldn't do, and you've taught me how to stand on my head, which now is the easiest thing in the world to me, and quite a lot of fun. So all sorts of things like that. I think the basics, the core work, the weights work. Probably anyone who's done a bit of exercise in their life has done some of that, but you've helped me understand sequencing, and what to do and in what order, and what to avoid. Indeed, when I've been injured, which is more often than I wish were the case.
Yeah. I mean, a good point that you're making, that when you're injured, that you do have to take care of your body, right? And not just push through, and that there's someone actually knowing and telling you what to do is probably quite beneficial.
Yeah.
Um, Now, speaking of results, like what kind of results have we gotten?
What I'm obsessed with results wise is feeling good and feeling healthy, and um, feeling good about the shape of my body, as in avoiding total collapse. And I'm pretty happy with where we are there.
Yeah. I mean,
I wish I were 25 again, but don't we all?
yeah, I mean, it's a good point you're making. Not everyone has the goal of losing weight, or, some sort of, I mean, you don't strike me as a person who needs to lose a lot of weight anyway. So therefore saying,
Mhm.
I just want to feel good, or I just want to be healthy is a much more appropriate goal in, I think, your instance.
Well, also, our first year together, you did a lot on core strength, and we developed my core strength to a point where that is noticeably much stronger than when we started. And with all of the yoga and other exercise I do, I really notice that, and appreciate having that. The kind of the building blocks that we put in place together.
Yeah. Now, What would you say is different from this program to any other ones you've tried so far?
Um, I think the variety. We do something. We have some core things we do together every week, but then also every week you throw something new in. You're really good at modifying. Again, if I'm if I'm injured, or if I just say, look, I want to work on my arms today, or I want to work on legs, or whatever it is. So that's different. Whenever I've done personal training before, it's been very regimented. It's been like the person has one program that you have to follow, and there's no room for maneuver.
Yeah, I mean, we're already at the last question. So basically, if someone is sitting on the fence of deciding of taking up personal training or this program, what would you say to that person?
Yeah, just do it. I think you get 2 for 1 with you in particular. I get free therapy during personal training. So you'll get your body and your mind in shape, and make a new friend in the process if you're lucky.
Brilliant. Nice. So if you guys are still watching, above or below, there's a link or a button which you can click to schedule like a free strategy session with myself. And then we'll discuss similar things which you've just heard we do normally on PT sessions like with Chris. So click the link and I'll talk to you in a second.